gentlemen, grab your playoff seeds and grab your playoff gum because it is time for the Dirt and Turf podcast, guys. Yeah, I'm Cobra, and it's just a duo with me today because I have just Tyler right now. Say hello, Tyler.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
All right, perfect. As we all know, the season is winding down. We are in the playoffs. It's an exciting time. Definitely some chaos going about because I did not expect some of these moves to happen. We do have two games that will probably be going on to decide the final, the division finals of the leading up to the World Series. So let's discuss the playoff brackets. So, the Kansas City Royals got eliminated by the Yankees. Fuck. Damn it! Did not want the Yankees to actually make it this far. You know, I don't care about Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. I just hate the Yankees, man. I could care less.
Hey! We're talking to a Yankees fan here.
Tyler, there are two types of fans: those who hate the Yankees, those who hate the Yankees, and Yankees fans. That's it.
I mean,
I'm a part of the majority who hates the Yankees fans. Anyway,
will you shut up, Doug?
Tyler, you good?
Sorry. Yes, we're good. Dog's barking.
It's all right. Good doggo. Yeah, we got playoff dog. We have playoff doggos. Nice. All right. So the Yankees, of course, beat the Kansas City Royals 3-1 in the series, and of course, in Game 4, there was a bench clearing brawl that should have been the Brewers, but the Brewers, of course, let us down. You know, being one of the first teams eliminated into the wild card, bastards. So that was interesting to see. And speaking of New York teams that are moving on, channeling their inner Grimace and Hakuto, it is Lowell Mets reigning supreme across the land, beating them Phillies 3-1 in a series. What the hell happened to the Phillies bats here? You had Kyle Schwarber, you had Norm Turner, Bryce Harper. Where the hell did you go?
Bryce Harper was actually the one hitting.
Like the Phillies might as well have been Thanos snapped. They were gone. They were out of existence. Like seriously, what happened?
The only pitcher that actually did good was Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler being their pitching. Wow.
Zach Wheeler is the only one who went more than 6 innings in the entire series.
That is a problem.
But then I'm actually gonna give you some stat lines. Luis Severino went.
Make it quick.
Severino went 6. Manaea went 8. I believe I don't know who the other one their other starter is.
Wasn't Nola?
But Aaron Nola only went 3 innings.
Wow, he got cookied. Congratulations, Mets and Yankees. You two move on. You guys are waiting for your next opponents. Which would be the winner of these two games. They're both tied at 2 apiece. You have the surprise Detroit Tigers facing off against the Cleveland Guardians of the Galaxy. Is that game tonight or is that game later on, Tyler?
That's tomorrow. That one is tomorrow afternoon. They moved it tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
Due to rain. They moved it due to rain. Yep.
Yep, due to rain. And of course, the other playoff bracket is the San Diego Padres facing off against the Japanese Pete Rose, famous responsible gambler Shohei Ohtani. Wow, I almost called Shohei Ohtani a famous women respecter. Wait, he's not Diddy. I just say that.
Rip to Pete Rose. But
you're late on that. We already gave Pete Rose his flowers last week. You're late on that, Tyler.
Pat will be joining us here in a little bit.
Yeah, but it kind of feels like to me in the postseason that famous great baseball commissioner Rob Manfraud is going to force the Yankees and Dodgers down our throats again. Or at least going to try. That's how it feels like to me. Because again, Manfraud's favorite team is the Yankees, but he shielded famous responsible gambler Shohei Ohtani throughout this entire season.
Also,
so I have a funny feeling that's what the plan is. I have the funny feeling that's what the plan is.
Padres went 1-2-3 in the first. I'm actually keeping up with the game now. Like, I decided to watch the game. Okay, so it is Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers and Yu Darvish for the Padres.
Oh God, Yu Darvish! No,
they're screwed. I'm sorry. They're screwed.
Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish. Oh my God! Never give him a deciding game.
Game 7 of the 2017 World Series.
Your friend of the channel, Urinating Tree, did a wonderful teardown of Yu Darvish in one of his congratulation World Series victories. Like all you heard was the "you" from Soldier Boy Tell 'em, that cranked that, God, that makes
oh my God, no way.
Yes,
no way.
Yes, he used that little "you" for Yu Darvish. And so every time, yeah, it's hilarious. Like I said, friend of the channel, Urinating Tree, check him out. He's awesome. Like I said, he's a friend to the channel. That's all I got to say on Tree.
Although Darvish had a good game too, though. He had 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts on 82 pitches.
Tyler, that's game 2.
This is game 5.
Yeah, exactly. This is an elimination game, and you know what happens to Yu Darvish. You know what happens to Yu Darvish in an elimination game. Yep.
He his pitches.
The memes are alight. All right.
He's throwing heat. Holy crap.
Yeah, sounds about right.
First pitch he just threw was 98 miles an hour.
That's nothing nowadays. I mean, contact
me
when he hit. For Darvish, yes, but again, Heat. Contact me when he hits 101.
All right. But anyway, continue. Sorry about that. Got distracted by the game.
But like I was saying, it feels like MANFRAUD is trying to shove Yankees Dodgers down our throats. And this kind of confirms it because the Padres are sending out Yu Darvish. So I wholly expect the Dodgers to steamroll Darvish in the first 3 innings.
Especially when Shohei Ohtani is leading off.
Yep. Famous responsible gambler Shohei Ohtani. Gotta do it.
Anyway, we're just discussing playoffs. The Mets have a shot at the World.
What were you gonna say?
The fact is, actually, which team do you think is more? Honestly, which team has surprised you more, the Cleveland Guardians or the New York Mets? Or not the?
You mean the Tigers? You mean the Tigers, not the Guardians? The Guardians are division. Won their division. To me, it's got to be the Tigers. Because one thing, the Tigers had low expectations this season.
Oh yeah,
the Tigers had low expectations. And the fact that they swept the Houston Astros the way they did, and now they're holding their own against the Cleveland Guardians, who are well rested. Basically, that tells you all you need to know.
And they're throwing Screwball. They're throwing Screwball tomorrow.
Right. As I was going to say, in my opinion, the bigger surprise is how quickly the Orioles got cast eliminated. Out. Yeah,
for real.
The Orioles were supposed to go far. Okay? The Orioles were supposed to be where the Royals were. All right, and give the Yankees a good fight. However, the Royals said, we've been here, been down this road before. keep baking us cookies.
2014.
And I will definitely also say that, as I alluded to before, the Phillies getting punked the way they just did against the Mets, who also had low expectations. Let's not forget that, because again, the team that was expected to kind of be second place in their division, the Braves, which they were in the fair and the fifth spot, got cookied by the Padres. The Mets weren't expected to get to this point. This could have been the Diamondbacks' position. So that's all I got to say on that. The biggest surprises to me, the Tigers surge.
That Tigers surge though was insane.
Yes, I mean the Tigers surged. The Twins collapsed.
But the Twins collapsing as usual is typical. The Twins collapsing is usual in Minnesota, though.
But I will give credit to the Tigers. Tigers, thank you for actually putting a neat little bow on the demolishing of the modern worst team ever, the Chicago White Sox. Their win against the White Sox cemented 121 losses for the Chicago White Sox. That was beautiful. Tigers, you have a little bit of respect. Other than that, I think the postseason is going to be interesting. We'll probably, pretty soon by next week, we might be talking World Series Game 1, and by next week. At least that's my opinion.
Do you think there's going to be a sweep in the ALCS or NLCS?
I think so. And if the Dodgers beat the Padres, that's where your sweep is. If the Dodgers beat the Padres, they sweep the Mets.
Unfortunately, as much as I have a soft spot for the Mets, there's no.
But also here's another thing. If the Dodgers beat the Padres, the Dodgers sweep the Mets. If the Guardians beat the Tigers, the Yankees sweep the Guardians. If the Tigers beat the Guardians, the Tigers take it to 7. The Tigers take it to 7.
That's going to be a 7 game easily.
Yes. If the Padres beat the Dodgers, the Mets going to go to 6. The Mets going to take it to 6. Yes. So again, that is our predictions. If the Guardians win, Yankees sweep. If the Tigers win, Yankees will beat the Tigers in 7. If the Padres win, the Mets win in 6. If the Dodgers win, Dodgers sweep. That is how we're calling it. That is it for the playoff bracket for now. I mean, next week, I guarantee you, we're probably going to be in the World Series. But this has, of course, been brought to you by Sleeves. Sleeves, of course, is where everyone's favorite Cobra gets his arm sleeves whenever he goes bowling. But not only do they do arm sleeves, but they do other stuff, They do stuff for football. They do stuff for baseball. Stuff for basketball. They do mouth guards, visor decals, visor clips, chin straps, receiver gloves, turf tape. For baseball, you obviously have the sleeves. You got headbands. You got baseball bat grip, ball caps, tights, socks, stirrups, and many more. Lanyards, inspirational. They also have, you have shorts. They have boxers. They also have for the bedroom, the dirty boxers for when you want a little bit of bedroom humor. Hoodies, sleeveless hoodies, compression shirts, quick dries, you name it, Sleeves have it. So, and by the way, because it's October, Sleeves wants to remind you that pink, that's color pink, is up to 50% off, and you get an extra 20% off using the code PINK20. So, before you go there, use our link in the affiliate wherever you get. Use our affiliate link wherever you get your podcasts. Tell them Cobra sent you. That is Sleeves. Deliver the drip. Yep. And and like I said, I love using sleeves. I have used sleeves for almost 10 years now. Every time I go bowling, trust me, I have a sleeves arm sleeve on my right arm. That and when I was playing hockey, that was war. I had a couple pairs of sleeves tights as a good base layer when I was putting on my goalie gear. Which, speaking of, Social Sports Patent Network would like to remind you that not only do we do the Dirt and Turf podcast, we also do the Lap Down. The hard count is tomorrow, our football podcast. And coming soon, as when the Dirt and Turf podcast wraps up, we are heading to the ice for biscuits and penalties. All right, and of course, you and I, we of course have to give our affiliate link, our affiliates, a proper shout out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to remind. We also want to thank our other affiliates: Fanatics, Bulletproof Coffee, Dr. Squatch, W Energy, Duke Canada Supply Company, Fubo TV, Century PC, and grabbing our seeds with Smackin' sunflower seeds. And of course, I just mentioned them before, Sleeves.com. Once again, just use our affiliates. Send the podcast some love. We thank you for listening. It has been great. A great season. On behalf of Tyler, I'm Cobra. And I will tell you all, let's play ball.